Hi, this is Lou Vani with another Elvis Presley album review. I'm going to be reviewing King Creole, his soundtrack album from 1958. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did with Loving You. I'm going to give them a rating, a numerical rating that is, out of 5. And I'm going to go song through song. There's 11 cuts on this album. We're going to start off with side 1. Side 1 begins with the title track, excuse me, King Creole, which is one of my favorite songs. I mean, Elvis delivers this song with vitality, with force. He has an audacity in his voice. He does some interesting phrasing. He keeps it level, but at the end of each line, he punctuates it with this sort of screeching scream that sells the song even more. Scotty Moore provides a blistering, inducing guitar solos, one of his best, bar none. The band is very tight on this song. It has a great jazzy, bluesy feel, a definite winner, 5 out of 5. Which takes us to the second song, which is called As Long As I Have You. This is a pretty lovely romantic ballad with sweet lyrics. Elvis sings it with compassion. He's driven on this song. He's engaged. You believe it. The arrangements are subtle. It's very short. I do enjoy it. To me, he's one of the best pop singers who can deal with a ballad in such a convincing manner, and he definitely illustrates this on this song. Which takes us to the third song, which is Hard-Headed Woman. Hard-Headed Woman is the hit off the album, a #1 hit, and Elvis sings it at a breakneck pace. I mean, he gets those words out really quickly, kind of in the style, again, of Jailhouse Rock. It works. It has, the lyrics are perhaps on the misogynistic side. It's a bit outdated lyrically, but it's a fun song. It has a good jazzy score. In fact, throughout this album, it's peppered with horns and jazz instrumentation because the movie does take place in New Orleans, or New Orleans, however you prefer to say it. Hopefully I'm saying it right and I'm doing justice to the pronunciation. Maybe I'm not. But getting back on track, I do enjoy Hard-Headed Woman. I give it a 4 out of 5. And of course I gave As Long As I Have You a 4.5 out of 5. So I do enjoy his performance there. And again, Scotty Moore's guitar work on Hard-Headed Woman is very rewarding. Which takes us to track 4, which is Trouble. Trouble is one of my favorite tracks, but unfortunately it suffers from redundancy and repetition at the end. Elvis, for some reason, or the producers or whoever was in charge, decided to keep repeating the same thing like the last 30 seconds of the song. I'm evil, evil, evil as can be, so don't mess around, don't mess around. Of course I can't sing him like him, that's kind of terrible, but you get my point. Too much repetition. But besides that, it is a winner. It's bluesy. It's jazzy. He sings it with such audacity and temerity in his voice. He really delivers it. The lyrics are fabulous, written by Lieber and Stoller. It's a shame. I have to give it 4.5 out of 5. It's just marred by that repetition, as I mentioned. So 4.5 out of 5. Which takes us to the fifth song, which is Dixieland Rock. This is a good, like, finger-snapping, toe-tapping type number. Very jazzy. You know, Elvis does a decent job with his vocal delivery. The band is pretty good on it. The words are fun. You know, the atmosphere is very celebratory, let's say. And I give that a 4 out of 5. Okay, and now for the second side of King Creole. We'll start off with Don't Ask Me Why. Don't Ask Me Why is kind of a forgettable number. I mean, Elvis delivers the song with passion. It has some nice guitar work. The arrangement's sparse. But the lyrics, you know, we've heard this before. They're not exactly dominant. It's somewhat forgettable. I give this one a 3.5 out of 5, which takes us to the second song, which is Lover Doll. Lover Doll is an interesting song because it has an acoustic accompaniment. It's acoustically driven. It's kind of a silly song, if you listen to the lyrics, but it works in the context of the film, where he's actually in a five and dime, and, he's there to distract the patrons so his fellow thugs can steal from this five and dime. But getting back to the song, it's a very clever song. You know, lyrically, something's lacking, of course, but the sparse arrangement works, and Elvis does an admirable job vocally on this one. I give that a 4 out of 5. which takes us to the third song, which is Crawfish. Crawfish is one of my favorite songs, and it's a great blend of blues, jazz, pop, rock and roll. It's all mixed in there. Kind of has a swampy, murky, dark feeling to it. It almost sounds like a song that could come from a Broadway play, like Porgy and Bess or something. It has that street vendor flavor in it. It actually has someone else singing on it. I believe her name is Kitty White, and she does an excellent job, almost duetting with Elvis. One of my favorite tracks. The musicians do a good job, an excellent job in this one. I give that one a 5 out of 5, which takes us to Young Dreams, the fourth song. And Young Dreams is interesting because Elvis gives it a gospel-tinged flavor, just a nuance of it in his voice. And it works in selling the song because lyrically, again, we've heard this before, young people in love, blah, 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 etc. You know, especially in the late 50s, this topic was mined over and over again. So lyrically, somewhat not completely fulfilling. Vocally, it is, and the musicians do a very good job on this song. I give Young Dreams a 3.5 out of 5. Which takes us to Steadfast, Loyal, and True. And Steadfast, Loyal, and True is actually interesting because it's basically a Glee Club school song without accompaniment. He sings it a cappella with the Jordanaires, and that's what it is. It's a school song, like your school motto. And Elvis delivers it, actually. You know, I mean, what are you going to say? You have to sing the school song in the film. It's on the soundtrack. He does the best that he can. The Jordanaires provide a great harmony throughout. It's very short, and it's very unique. So I'll give him high marks for that. And I give that one a 3.5 out of 5, which takes us to the last song, which is called New Orleans, or New Orleans. And this one is a rapid, jazzy, bluesy type song. In fact, all the songs on King Creole have that jazzy underscore, or they're draped, ensconced in it. And it works, because after all, the film does take place in New Orleans. But getting back to the song, New Orleans, Elvis does a really good job vocally. He's engaged. He screams out the lyrics. He's almost like a vendor on the song, selling you on how great New Orleans is, and you're buying it. A great balance of blues and rock and roll on this song, sort of like Dixieland Rock. He definitely delivers. I give New Orleans basically a 4 out of 5. So if you tally up the scores of King Creole, it comes around to 82%, which renders it with an A-. So that's a very high score. So King Creole, Elvis Presley gets an A-, a very good album. If you're into jazz and you like Elvis, this is definitely the album for you. It has that jazzy, bluesy flavoring, some songs written by the great team of Lieber and Stoller. And not only that, if you can get your hands on the movie, it's one of his better acting performances. I think it's second in terms of acting to Jailhouse Rock. So I thank you for for watching this album review, and I intend to do more Elvis Presley album reviews. Hopefully you enjoy it, and please subscribe. I'm going to do other things. I've done poetry, going to do some monologues, some acting stuff, so look for that. Hopefully, time permits, in the near future. Thank you.